It's so great to be here once again. It's been a very long time coming. I say that because in the past couple of weeks, in about 2 weeks now, we've not had the opportunity to get into the studio and to shoot content, and that's basically because so much came up. We had to support a certain company for their boardroom services. That took a while. Several other things came up, but like the saying goes, all things work together for good. So I'm very excited once more to be here before you, and I'll be speaking about something that is at the core of the operation of any boardroom anywhere in the world. This is more like a general principle, and it's called the principle of confidentiality. Praise God. Don't mind me, sometimes when you go to religious homes and it's almost like a call and response kind of thing. But what I actually had to say that was because you have to praise your process. You have to praise your process. In praising your process, you have to uphold one of the core cardinal principles of confidentiality in anything that happens within the boardroom. So I'll be talking about the five rules of confidentiality. The five rules of confidentiality. Rule number one basically is that confidentiality has to do with the business etiquette. In fact, it's the first rule of business etiquette for any company. It's the first rule of business etiquette. So what I basically mean is that any company that has not clearly defined the etiquette that should guide its operations will definitely fall short of confidentiality. Basically, you can't run from it. Imagine going for a board meeting and certain discussions are made. People say a lot of things there. There's a lot of information about how the company makes money, their trade secrets. All this information is out there. Then all of a sudden, there's a Judas in the gang, and there's a Judas in the group. And of course, what does Judas do? Judas is very high up there in terms of selling information, putting confidential information out there, either for the competitor to use or for maybe any other person who may not necessarily have the interest of the company at heart to use that information for certain things that may be detrimental to that particular company. Even if it's something that will be beneficial to the company, you must seek the consent. You must seek the consent of the chairman of the board before you go on your own, maybe as a board member, to begin to project certain ideas or certain things that you necessarily do not have the power to share, because it is not in your place to make sure that information is out there. So business etiquette number one, confidentiality. In fact, it's a core. It's a core. If you are in business and you lack the etiquette of confidentiality, then it's a big problem. Rule number two is the duty to protect every individual that has attended that board meeting. Either you are a board member, either you are a secretarial staff, either you are a media person, either you are a concierge, you are a cook, you are in charge of refreshments. But if you are within the presence of the location where that board meeting had actually taken place, you have a duty to protect that information. That information should not go out there. It flows from your understanding and your relationship, or it flows from how you understand what confidentiality really is. Confidentiality is a mega big deal. Confidentiality is a mega big deal. In fact, it's one of the reasons why the chairman of the board can so moto independently fire a board member because of that issue of lack of confidentiality. Just imagine a company that is about to engage in a hostile takeover, and there's somebody there who has that information. The company wants to buy up another company, either through its acquisition of shares or any other means. And that person now goes to the competitor of that company and says, okay, this is what this company is doing. Imagine the catastrophe. That's how important confidentiality is. So rule number two, the rule to protect. The top thing I want to really share about confidentiality has to do with information secrecy. It's very similar to rule to protect the information. Information secrecy. I'm not saying that when you're in a board meeting that it's a cult scenario. No, that's not the point I'm trying to make. But what I'm trying to say is that you must have that personal discipline. In fact, if you lack personal discipline and you find yourself on the board, just know that you might be one of the persons that would actually bring the board down. Because if you're not personally disciplined, you might go to a beer parlor, or you go to a restaurant, or you go to a public place, and the information that people discussed with you you now begin to brag about the figures of the company in public. Those things are totally unheard of. So information secrecy is very, very key. Extremely important, extremely key. If I happen to be a board chairman and I found out that somebody, one of my board members breached that particular rule for information secrecy, trust me, immediate firing. I will deploy the hanger on that person. I'll cut him off. I'll cut his existence off that particular company, because people like that, they are the reasons why, they are some of the reasons why companies fail. So information secrecy is key. And I also want to admonish that lawyers who work with boards and all that, they should come up with a document that clearly states what confidential information is, what information can be disclosed, what information cannot be disclosed, and have board members to sign up to that information is entirely key. If you don't do that as a basics, you'll be having problems along the line, because you cannot really track. People now begin to say things they want to say out there. You cannot manage the information. You cannot manage the trade secrets of that particular company. So it's entirely key that has to be done. Then the fourth thing, I've mentioned business etiquette. I've mentioned the rule to protect. I've mentioned information security. The fourth thing that comes to mind basically has to do with confidential information. Not every information is a confidential information. If, for example, now you invite maybe a consultant to come and make a delivery and all that, that necessarily might not be confidential information to the board, but it could be confidential information to the consultant. I don't know if you get the drift. It might not be confidential to the board, to the boardroom, to the board members, but it might be confidential to the consultant. So you need to also find out this information. Okay, is a training, the 5 ways to get the board running, 20 ways to increase profitability for the company. Let's say, for example, those are the things that the consultant actually came to talk about. Is that information confidential? Is it a trade information for the consultant? It might not be for the board. So you need to find out, so that even though you are not erring on the part of the board, you don't err on the side of the consultant. So that's also very, very key. That's also important. So anything that has to do with confidential information, don't mix it up. Try and identify which information is confidential information, which information is not confidential information, which information is already in public domain, which information is not already in public domain. So those are one of the ways through which you can be able to identify what information to put out there, what information not to put out there. It's so important. I beg you, please, chairman of boards, top executives of companies, you have to entrench this in the metadata, in the oblongata, I don't even know the English to speak right now, but you need to make sure that anybody that has anything whatsoever to do with a company's processes, a company's strategy, a company's trade secret, don't forget, processes, strategy, and secrets. You have to protect that so much. People must understand what it means, what confidential information is all about, and what failure to abide by confidentiality principles, what that could mean for their existence in that particular company. And not to even talk about the legal, in fact, that's into the fifth thing and the final thing for this particular clip that I'm shooting. It has to do with the legal responsibility. Most times, a lot of people take a lot of things for granted. They are not responsible to their spouses, they are not responsible to their kids, they are not responsible to their religious organization. And then why should they be responsible to a board? But it's so important, it's so key. You must tighten all the cracked points, that can exist within a board operation or a company operations. It's very, very important. You don't want people to go out there, what you discussed in a board meeting, the next thing is on pages of newspapers. That's totally unheard of. Or, for example, somebody now takes that information maybe for their own personal use, or they share a core information discussed within the boardroom. They share it to maybe to a competitor, or they share it to a contractor, so that contractor can now have an advantage on how to use that information to be able to now get across to the chairman of the board, maybe for purposes of getting a contract. All that is totally uncalled for. It's totally uncalled for, and it only goes to show the level of irresponsibility of whosoever will take such confidential information and use it for their own personal, benefit. And of course, people say, I want to hammer. Actually, I have this information. I've not done anything wrong. My job is just to point somebody in the direction to be able to take advantage of the information that is termed confidential and secret. So it's very important. When you are recruiting for board members, you have to be very careful about the individuals that you're actually bringing on board, so that you are sure that all the information that you are putting out there about your company, somebody is not selling you out 100%, either to your competitor, either to a contractor, either to any other person that can use that particular information and to the detriment. Because when your process, your strategy, when all that and your secrets are all in the open, then your company is exposed. You can even be exposed to over-regulation. Regulation is good. Like an investment company, for example, you might be regulated by SEC, by central bank. Regulation is very, very key. But there may be certain things that the company is still grappling with to put together. You've not yet put some of those things together. Then you now have somebody that goes, central bank will seal XYZ. And central bank is even saying that, okay, it's till the end of the year for you to comply. But that individual has not even read the rules. It just goes very quickly to go and meet the CBN and begins to say a lot of things and all that, just to ensure that maybe they put the company in problems. Then the person is not able to show up as a messiah. I can get this done through CBN. Things like that. It's not right. So you need to be on the lookout. Company secretaries, please, this is very important. You have to tighten up the nose, get agreements in place for board members to sign up on. You need to test their confidentiality. In fact, that should be one of the KPIs for any boardroom.